Hi, this is Cousin Russ. I thought I would come back and give a follow-up to a video that I put out the other day about research logs. I spent a fair amount of time in the past couple of days really working with this concept for me. And again, there are many ways to do research logs. Most of them, for me, include using an outside, a third-party software package like Excel for tracking research logs. I have a tendency to try to see if I can create something within Family Tree Maker that works for me so that I don't need to use an external program, although I certainly do. And there are times when I would use a research log that's kept in Excel. But I thought I would spend a few minutes and talk about how I have the set of steps that I use within Family Tree Maker. And I'm going to go to my Family Tree Maker program, and I open up in the planned workspace as always. But I'm going to go to the people workspace, and I already have selected my grandmother, and because I have been doing some research for her. And I want to show you a couple things, and I'll get to the research log in a second. But in working through the research log, I found that I had a Massachusetts vital record from the city of Waltham, and I put the information that was on that vital record into text here. And you will also notice that I have a citation right within the note, so I know where I got this information from. And I'll tell you a trick about why I bolded some things, but I'll do that in a few minutes. But I want to go back to subject at hand. First of all, the screen does have the text of what was on the vital record, and there's a citation with it right here in the notes section. There is no notes citation feature, but in doing this cleanup, I recognize that I want this citation with the text right here. Now I'm going to go to the little used until recently research tab, which is right next to the notes tab for the person. And you'll notice when I did that, this becomes locked or private, so only that I can see it. So there is my research log. And I know the dates that I did these things because I had them in notes hidden someplace, but they were all over the place. Like I found her in 2008 in the 1900 census, and later I found in the 1920 census. And I don't put a lot of detail here because the details are in the citation itself, but this is a hint of where I found it. Now you'll notice down here that I just highlighted hint Massachusetts birth records. Well, that image, the notes that I had came from a hint within Family Tree Maker, because I decided I want to see whether I get any good data out of the hints. And my experience is I get a lot of good data out of the hints. So I followed this hint in when I started working on her. I found a hint that went to the Massachusetts birth records, and the notes section is what I found. And you'll notice that I found it, and it's a digital image from Ancestry.com. There's also a source tab up here, the Stars Workspace. I'm not going to spend time going there on how to do that. I've done that before. But my focus is on the research log. Now, in working with the research log, I found that I had some information that I needed to put on the to-do list. So I just click over here to tasks, and there are a number of uh, citations, or I'm sorry, tasks, to do items that I need to follow up on. Now, uh, I have an entry here that's from hints that says Massachusetts birth record. It was a hint, and I put it in my to-do list on the 27th, and on the 28th that I found it. So I can mark that now complete. I just put a check mark there. So that task is now completed. So I followed the hint, and I put it in my research log, and I previously had a hint, a to-do list to go find that record, and I did, and I went and did it. So that's as I'm working through that. Now, I always like to, and I've talked before about this, I always like to see the output side of this. So these are all hidden notes that I can see. There's my research log. So let me go to the publish workspace and let me see what I would see. And my notes report is blank, and that's in the collection person collection, and it's blank. However, key term was the notes were private. So I said show private notes, and I'm going to scroll down here, and I will find the research notes. And these are research notes that I already have for other people. And let me scroll down, and there is my grandmother. So there is my research log for her. That I showed you on the previous screen. So that's the output. It tells me, and it tells me who she is and my research log. So that's the research log. Now, what about the to-do list? Oh, there's a to-do list tab here in a collection. Let me go back to the collection. So there's the person report. That's the notes section, which I just showed you. And there's the task list. But I don't want the full task list. I just want to look at my tasks for the person I'm researching. So I'm going to go back to the planned workspace. When you enter, is where you see the task list. Now I did a sort, and I clicked on the task 4, and I clicked on that icon, and it's going to sort by person. Now I'm going to scroll down here, and it looks like I had already had it sorted properly. And there it is. There are the tasks that I need to do, and there's that one I completed. So there's the task list that I have for her. So I can get at my task two ways, and I can pull a report. I have my research log, and I have it on the person. So I'm working with the person. I can see that. Now, I'm going to throw in a third-party program that I have on my computer all the time. And it's called Evernote. Now I bring it in here because I may want to do some stuff with Evernote or keep notes. Now, one of the things that I do have in Evernote is notes on how I want to record stuff. What you see on the screen now is basically how I'm recording stuff in the notes section for a specific book that I'm working on, not what I had on my screen, but this are our notes. So it's always running on one of my monitors, so I can take notes. Now, I do this so that I don't have to go back and remember, how did I do that? So I keep Evernote. So I do use third-party software. I just keep Evernote there so I can keep notes. And in Evernote, I will have websites by person, by location, that if I find a website that's talking about a person, I will put that in Evernote, and then I will pull up that place or person or surname, and I will then use it for input for my research log. So I keep stuff in Evernote of web pages that I might want to look at later. So I just thought I would bring you up to date on how I'm using the research log, and I'm becoming so much more comfortable in doing it this way, and I thought I would share my experience with you. Okay, I hope that helps, and have a great day.